Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. My apologies for last week. I know I said I'll make a video every single week, but yeah, as some of you messaged me saying, yeah, I didn't see a video holding you accountable, but yeah, here we are. As you can see behind me, again, like I said, I've been working on the wall, doing various things. I was on holiday as well, so yeah, everything was kind of everywhere. So yeah, anyway, no excuses. From now on, we'll carry on Monday, every week, new video. So here we are. Um, First of all, as you can see on my screen here, gold. Again, as we know, it just keeps on shooting up. And the video I did make the previous week, or not the previous week, the week before that, about why gold is continuously going up, is going to continue going up, especially after FOMC results that we saw with the Fed rate cut. And then on top of that, what they're saying about printing more money. So as we already know, about 70% of what the dollars circulating in the world right now are doing is money that's printed basically during COVID. And with the rate cut and everything else that's happened, and they're talking about printing more, you can understand why gold is going up because if the dollar's worthless, where are you going to put your money? Or what's actually holding value? Again, if you know your history about money and barter systems and all that kind of stuff, gold was the original currency, and all of a sudden it turned into paper currency in regards to, again, the dollar being a thing where people start using for coins and all this kind of stuff. So, right. So now we're seeing the dollar being basically worthless. And a lot of people are starting to say, yeah, like we need something that's more valuable. Like we need something tangible, which is why gold is shooting up so much. So again, when I made that video, we talked about India shipping a shit ton of gold back to India. Again, Fort Knox not having as much gold as they thought they did. Bank of England, all these kind of things. All of these kind of things is feeding into everything going on. So this is why gold is continuously shooting up. So on top of that, in our group, again, yesterday, 11, as soon as the market opened, a buy was called. Again, buy at 3685 or 3681. Okay, so best entries yesterday got about a 10 pip stop. Okay, so 3685, 3681 in around these areas as soon as market opened. And again, as you already know, personally, I like to do 10 to 1, so that's my minimum. And then from there, everything else is a bonus, right? So when we call that, again, you can see literally as soon as market opened, things was actually shifting up, and then it's kept on going on. So moving into today, let me just go right to the bottom. Okay, you're seeing literally again the analysis of this right there again of how the buy was caught. Again, you're seeing this again. Yep, literally as soon as market was basically open, things start shifting up again. For instance, 90 had 10 pips stop loss if you got that perfect entry. Again, you're seeing a breakdown of all of this, and again, this is literally in our free group. So again, I'm not going to tell you exactly how to get into it because I've said it time and time again. If you don't know, again, watch the previous videos, and then you'll also see the link at the bottom of this video also. So all of these things are just literally all in line with everything that's happening in the background with the fundamentals behind it. Okay, so when you start seeing why gold is shooting up and you start seeing the charts, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So right now we're not trying to fight against it. I know everyone's trying to catch the top to sell it right down. Don't fight the market. You're always going to lose. Okay, don't fight the market. You're always going to lose. So just work with market structure, work within this range. Obviously, right now I'm looking at this on a 5 minute. If we're taking things right the way back when we're looking at the daily, things like that, I mean, you see a whole different ball game. Like we're literally trading at all-time highs. Like, so trying to catch the top is not going to work in your favor. Trade with structure until it proves you're different. Okay, and if you ever want to know what's going on, just go on the daily and see the momentum. And if you want to know kind of the more immediate structures, then go into the 4 hour and then see, like, for example, let's just say now we're trading gold. Until it breaks this low right here, don't consider selling long term. Okay, because this is the new structure within this range. So now it's making a new leg high. Until it breaks past this low, you shouldn't be looking for any sales. Again, it's just simple market structure. So again, when we understand when things are happening, so again, making higher highs, higher lows, okay, until the low gets broken, you shouldn't be looking for sales long term. Okay, until again, if we're looking at this high low right here, that's essentially this. Until that gets broken, you shouldn't be really looking for long term sales. Okay, that's basically what we're doing right now. So again, until that low gets broken, we're gonna keep making higher highs. Okay, like this situation, high highs, high lows, high highs, high, yeah. Until that gets broken, don't be looking for no sales. So right now, that's like the pivot system. Okay, until that gets broken, then we'll continue to keep buying. Just work with the market structure. Okay, yes, you can sell obviously into structure, like things like this point of interest through here. Okay, if you're looking at this point of interest through here, then obviously you can look at that and then say, cool, we got FVG. Okay, we've got that candle as the demand. Then you can say, yeah, cool. Then you'll look to maybe sell from there to maybe come into here. But apart from that, until it breaks that low, you shouldn't really be looking for sales long term. Okay, so that'll be the point of interest on the H1, and then yeah, we'll know what's going on from there. So yeah, as market opened today, as you probably saw when I had it on the 5 minute before, we just kept on shifting up. Okay, we just kept on shifting up, and yeah, that coincides with all the news and everything else that we've been hearing and talking about. So yeah, it's no surprise that's happening. So obviously, the next area that I'll be curious about. Okay, I mean, low key, obviously, I want it to come way down over here, but for now, the structures we're working with again, a new demand got created right here. So yeah, if we're looking into this tomorrow and price is still floating around these areas, then naturally I'll be looking at this POI right here to say, cool, can we continue buying? Okay, because obviously we just made a new leg up. Okay, but that'll be for me a shallow retracement. I think this deeper one makes more sense. And then obviously we should stay intact with the overall market structure through that. So that's what I'll be personally looking for. But on top of that, like I said, we are calling these trades in a group as well. So if you did want to capture any of those again, like I said, you know what to do. Join the group is free. Just deposit your money and then away you go. So again, breakdowns are fully included in here. Again, like I just showed you, a video breakdown also included in there. So you're literally getting all of these things in this group, and I still can't believe we're doing it for free. But obviously, we get paid on the back end for the trades that you guys would be taking. So yeah, again, if you have any questions about that and you want to know more information, again, simply ping me on my Telegram or just literally ping me. If you do have my number, if you do know me like that, then you can. If not, ping me on my Telegram, and then yeah, you'll find all the information that you need to find right there. Okay, so yeah, gold is going to keep doing this thing. There's not much more to really say about that. Again, we're just shifting up. It's just about catching retracements and then catching your buyer entries to keep going up with it. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna do too much on that because yeah, you guys know the score. I've already done a video on the fundamentals of why things are shifting up. If you haven't seen it already, go to my videos and you can literally watch that again to understand why gold is shooting up so much. Silver is gonna be. I was actually with my friends on the weekend. We was actually talking about investing into heavy metals. So silver, as you can imagine, is starting to shoot up now as well. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So if you could buy any silver, gold, investing into it physically or just put, not even paper trade, like it's yeah, if you can invest into it one way or another, it makes a lot of sense. Like we already knew this was going to happen with silver catching up to gold at some, not catching up, but shifting up as well. But yeah, this makes a lot of sense where we're literally just doing what we expect. Okay, so again, not something I trade personally like that, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But Bitcoin could be another interesting thing. Okay, so since we was up in this range and I said we're going to take out this buy side liquidity and then go down, we have. I remember just here, it didn't come back for us to give us the perfect entry, but we already knew what was going to happen with the target being down here. So that's already happened. And then since then, we've just been floating around this area. So I'm still curious with this here, okay, that we could potentially still come back up. Okay, so what is market structure doing right now? Again, this was the previous high that's now been broken. Okay, now market is making a retracement back into this area. So what I'm going to be curious about to see is how we react in and around, I'll say this region here. Okay, so let's include this demand here as well. I'll be curious to see what happens in and around this area to continue going up because what have we done? We took up buy side liquidity to the top side and then we came for the equal lows, boom, that got done. And now structure starting to shift. As you can see, now we're instead of making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, we've now shifted to start making higher highs, higher lows. Okay, even breaking this one through here. So again, essentially this is the situation that's happening now with Bitcoin. So now we could potentially start seeing the higher highs, higher lows being formed to then take us up into this region right here. Again, price level, let's say 123,500. Okay, to go into that kind of region there where we had that H1 that was interested in the first place. So I want to keep a watch out for this week, I'll say. One I'll be personally keeping a watch out for. So right now, what we've actually done is actually played into this FVG and this demand as well. Okay, if we're looking at this whole candle, this whole big red candle right here, okay, specifically. But right now, tapped into the FVG and you can see how price for the last, literally, let's say since the morning basically, has just been playing around this area. So I'll be curious to watch this today, not today, this week. Let's just put buy on that. That's potential. Obviously, we know gold is definitely a buy. Let's put blue on that. Okay, so that's what I'll be curious to see exactly how that plays out and how we might do around this area. So again, I won't be surprised if we do make slightly lower scopes to this lower side here. Okay, but yeah, I wouldn't want it to go any further than that really. But yeah, I'll be curious to see what happens in and around this whole area. This is why I put the block like this initially, just to see exactly how we play. Okay, but yeah, for Bitcoin personally, I'll be looking at buys if the structure does stay like this until tomorrow morning. Coming to London session, then head into New York. That'll be very curious and interesting to see what happens with that. Okay, so US 30's had a field day. Okay, as you can imagine with stocks and everything else going on. Okay, like if you're not invested into like ETFs or stocks, personally, I definitely would advise that. I mean, there's potentially going to be a little market crash soon, but again, that's probably the best time to invest into anything anyway, because you're basically getting things at a discount. Okay, so when things do crash, people might be saying, "Oh no, my portfolio is down" or whatever else. But if you're getting in, that's a discounted price. Okay, so price will rise back up again because let's not forget when COVID happened, what was people saying? They was like, "Oh my God, like I'm gonna lose everything and I'm gonna die," and being so dramatic, right? But let's actually take a look at what actually happened. So again, this is here, March 2020, right? That's the COVID crash. Okay. Look, things were just steady ticking along for literally 3, 4 years. Okay. And then all of a sudden, boom, it goes lower than it's ever been before. To do what? And again, as we always do, we tap into specifically out of all areas to tap into, we tap into this demand right here. So again, when when you understand how the markets work and what they're truly doing, that's why even the trade I was just showing you for gold, where I was like, no, not gold, US 30. Now what was it? No, Bitcoin, sorry. When I still had that H1 marked up. Just have things marked up because price does what price does. It's gonna do it eventually. So again, we made a demand here, left the FVG, and we never came back for it. Okay, after when was this? This was 2016. So 4 years it took to finally happen. Boom, it taps in, and these are the same things that again I teach you guys and show you guys trade. Okay, like literally the same thing. It's literally just happening over and over again, right? So again, this is the obviously the schematic of what's actually happening. You can see when I print screen this picture as well, April 2020, and then you get the same thing happening even on US 30 for 4 years. That's finally tapped in, boom. When everyone is like, "Oh my God, I've lost everything. Let me sell things now." After holding it for 4, 5 years or however long they're holding it, they take a loss here, sell their portfolio, and then all of a sudden, boom, and it goes higher than ever before. Okay, so you need to understand why these things happen and how they happen, and then you could take advantage of it. Okay, so boom, since then, 2020, when it was at this price, or 18,000. Okay, now we're at literally double or more than double what it was. So imagine these people that sold their portfolio here after holding it for so long and didn't invest again, and then they saw this happen. You can imagine the pain. Okay, so just understand why these things happen and why um dollar cost averaging might be a thing. If you are investing into stocks or ETFs or anything like that, then you can actually use that to your advantage when things do fall. So again, I won't be surprised again. Similar, what do you think might be happening here? Does it not look near enough identical? Okay, this is literally near enough identical to what we saw here. Now look, we had the internal lows just hanging out here, structure. Okay, internal lows just literally hanging around here. What am I looking for right now? Let's just put a target. Okay, we're just chilling, just hanging around. Okay, just literally chilling right there. Would you say that's near enough identical? Okay, see the low just hanging around there, and then it taps into something like this. Same thing. The low just hanging around there, goes higher, and then boom, slams down. We're literally getting near enough identical thing happening right here. So when I say there might be a market crash soon, yeah. And for those of you that's watched me trade for the last 6, 7 years, you definitely know about my market crash video about GBP USD. When I first learned how to trade like this and I saw it, and I was like, hold on. Based off what I've learned, that means there's gonna be a market crash soon. And what happened? COVID. About 3, 4 months later, after I made that video. Like that's probably one of my best videos ever. Because I was learning this thing. I was like, based off what I've learned, this is what I see was potentially gonna happen. And then 3, 4 months later, boom, COVID. So it was quite crazy. Now we're seeing the same things happening time and time again. And yeah, you just need to learn how to take advantage of it. So yeah, just keep a watch out for this in due time. Remember this video, price coming to 42, let's just say 42,000. Okay, for US 30, if you're trading specifically that. NAS again keeps on shifting. So again, similar, we've got that kind of buy area through here. Okay, if we're looking at things long term. Okay, but anyway, that's way, way far from anything right now. So let's just talk about what's actually happening in the present. So yes, 30, like I said, today we're just literally shifting dramatically and just shifting very quickly, rapidly to the upside. So market open, we went down, boom, very dramatic, and then just straight back up. Okay, so again, you even see that here when I think that was FOMC, and then boom, yeah, definitely FOMC, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Okay, so boom, that happens. Okay, so with this, similar to what was it? Gold was talking about, right? So into gold, I was saying, yeah, I'll be looking for a bounce up again, just seeing if we can actually come down into this area, okay, in around here somewhere, and then continue the trends to the upside. Because right now, a lot of these things are coinciding with gold, and then people are thinking, yeah, like we just need to make our dollars do more for us and be more secure financially. Okay, so people invested into a lot of stocks, looking into things again, like gold especially, and then obviously you get like NAS 100 and all these kind of things. So again, similar, we're just looking for price to come down, do a bounce, and then continue going higher. So are we at all-time highs with this as well? We are, right? Everything's basically at all-time highs right now. Very dangerous place to be trying to trade and catch the top for a sell. So just trade the structure. If you're investing, it's an interesting one. Obviously, I'll say you want to invest just a steady amount, regardless anyway. Like, I don't know, £100 a month, £200 a month, £500, whatever you can afford, right? And then if things do crash, yes, you might be a little bit less aware and lesser off with your investment, but in due time, things will bounce back. Happens all the time. Okay, since God knows when. Okay, so if we're looking even in 2000 and what was this 2009? Again, we already know what happened, that crash that happened. Okay, so you can imagine how people lost a lot here. People lost their homes, all that kind of shit. Okay, and they thought the world was over, 2009, right? And then imagine if these guys actually held on to their money around this area. Okay, 6,000. I don't want to scroll up more because it's gonna say that devil number. So let's just say 6,500. Okay, so let's just say 6,500. Imagine they held on or even invested in their thing still. Boom. Okay, just imagine all of that growth in their portfolio and still rising. So yeah, a bit crazy, a bit crazy. But yeah, not much to say about that right now either. As the week goes on, we might see. Might do an update video maybe, but yeah, right now not much to report on that. It's just gonna keep doing the high highs, high lows, keep rising. GU. Okay, with actually, you know what? Before we go into these kind of base USD based pairs, again, remember when we talked about dollar? I said, yeah, I won't be surprised if we actually make the move down here and things get worse. And yeah, we're descending. Okay. And as you can see, when I'm looking at daily, even today has been very negative, which is obviously why gold has shot up even more. GBP USD wouldn't actually shot up. Euro USD would have shot up. So again, yeah, with dollar going down, all these kind of things are going to rise. So we're seeing a very negative day for the dollar. And I did say, yeah, about 94, 315 would be an interesting area. Okay. So again, on a monthly, we already know what that is. And yeah, you guys should know what that is by now as well. And then, yeah, let's just delete these. I want to delete these weekly. Actually, I'll leave this weekly here. Okay. But yeah, we just still got that scope go down, just like I drew in that picture. Okay. You know what? Let me just leave that there as well. Just like I drew in that picture. So there's still scope for that to go down, which is why it explains the picture of everything else. So now when we come back into GBP USD, you can understand why this is happening. So again, just does the opposite. You saw the dollar, okay? That day, today is literally just that down candle. We're looking at the daily right now, by the way. Okay, so when we're seeing GU, boom, we look at EU, should be exactly the same. Yep. AU, boom. Okay, not as much, but yeah, you see the trajectory. This trade here, remember, I think I made a video about a month ago when I was holding on to this trade. It's taken forever. I closed it. Okay. And then look, it comes back down, and then look where it is. Okay. It's just understanding these things. It's just the same things that happen all the time, just in different timings. Okay. Obviously, gold will do it way quicker. Gold will do like 300 pips in 4 hours. Okay. Whereas this will do it in like 4 weeks. Okay. It's crazy, but it's just the same patterns that's happening over and over again. You just need to understand that. Okay, so again, we already know these things are going to continue shooting up if the dollar keeps on going down. So it's just about catching for intraday, catching the right trades or catching the right time. So again, today prices opens up after Asia and just goes. Okay, so what do we tap into in Asia? Okay, I would have thought maybe that might come a bit lower, but yes, Asia on a Monday, it doesn't really need to do anything. So point of interest right now for me, GU, for sure, this order block through here. And you can see this FVG there as well. So let's just mark out all of it and just say, cool, this is our POI for me personally for this week. It might even happen early in the week and then we start looking for potential rebounds to the downside and then back up. But yeah, that'll be my POI for this week. So in a perfect world, if we can get something like this, okay, I think maybe this Asia low will get taken out one more time. If we could get something like this, okay, and then we get the true move. In an ideal world, that's what I'd love to see. Okay, if we can get that, that's what I'd definitely love to see. So yeah, we'll see because I don't trust trying to take it from that FVG right there with Asia low just hanging out. Yeah, I'll rather see one more liquidity grab and then we do our signature move and then shift to the upside. Euro USD, basically same thing. So we tapped into, again, same as Asia, we tapped into here. Okay, there might be some divergence with Euro USD, GBP USD, because this one already went lower, took out this liquidity here, but Euro USD didn't take out its liquidity here. So I think that divergence might happen. And this one, if anything, might not take out the low and actually come down into this kind of area and not have to take out the low. Okay, we'll get that nice divergence. And if you don't know what divergence is, it's just basically when one pair goes like that, where it's taken out a low. Let's just pretend there was a low here. Okay, let's just pretend this was a low. Okay, it takes out that low and then it starts making its move up. Whereas the other pair would do that, or it's come lower, not really take out a low or anything, and then it would just continue going up. So we're in that situation. This is this situation here with Euro USD, where we don't really have to take out a low. Whereas this one will be GU, where we did take out a low. So if this was, I don't know, the low here, okay, boom, it takes it out, and then we'll go. So we'll see potentially that with GU, and you see this one right here with EU, where if I just literally draw this to here, we don't have to do anything else. We could continue going up from here. If potentially this is gonna happen. Okay, let me just finish drawing this out. Okay, so boom, 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 and then get a signature move and then head up into potentially this, or who knows, maybe we might even target that. So that'll be that. Let me just delete this as well. Let me just do it like this. Okay, so this will be potential move for EU, whereas GU would take out the low, make it a divergence. So again, you see the difference where this is already taken out a low and is already taken out a low here as well. Boom. So you get that, and then we get that move, and then with EU. Okay, we don't really need to because things are what just happened? Things are shifting up there, and then you see that there as well. Okay, so that's the difference between those two. So yeah, again, morning you'll see exactly what might potentially happen from that. But yeah, I already showed you the move I prefer. So yeah, we'll see exactly if we do get that. Oh yeah, I forgot I still got my magnet drawing tool on. Okay, so those are those two AU. Let's just leave AU because this trade here, yeah, I marked this up from God knows when. Okay. And it tapped in first time, went up, gave me that much, and then it came down. I was like, forget this trade, man. And then it's actually just gone up and done its thing. So, yeah, but similar. Again, you can see from when we had FOC, are we going to come down for one more time? But even these are quite equal lows. Spiked here a little bit, but yeah, I mean, can we come down one more time? I mean, I wouldn't be interested in that personally because I'm just like, nah, you're just doing too much if you come down one more time down here. So yeah, I don't think it will self. Maybe it will play off one of these areas. You could see this FVG through here or something like that, and then continue going up. But yeah, I'm not interested in that whatsoever. Okay, it just takes too long to move, man. What gold does in an hour, this does in like a month. So yeah, not interested in that. So GJ, again, GJ's been sketchy as well. Okay, it's been very, very sketchy as well. I mean, Faris has just been hanging around in these areas within this region of 201 to like 19, let's say 1990. So yeah, yeah, it's a sketchy one. It's a sketchy one. I haven't enjoyed trading GJ for a long time because yeah, as you can see, price action has been very ugly. Haven't enjoyed trading this for some time, and even looking at it now, it's like, I'm still like, nah, I'm good. Look at today, just yeah, that's yeah, scary. I'm not gonna look at it this long. So UJ again, we had the FOMC on Wednesday, and then boom, and then that madness as well. Open up today, dropped as you expect because the dollar's dropping. Okay, so in an ideal world again, if we can see the opposite of what I marked out for GU, of price just doing this, breaking above this, Asia, okay, taking liquidity, doing that, get our signature move, and then we kind of rebalance price from FOMC last week. That'll be what I'd love to see in an ideal world. Okay, but we know we don't live in an ideal world. So yeah, we could just mark up. So yeah, I won't be fooled by this FVG and candle here. Again, we've broken structure to the downside, so we know it should get pullbacks, but I think that'll be a fake out. Okay, that's definitely a SMT right now. Okay, I'll see it as a SMT, and then yeah, obviously you get a fake out. So yeah, don't get fooled by that. I'll definitely see it as a SMT, and then you get a fake out, and then boom, and then we get a true move happening. Oh, look at that. My drawing matches up exactly how I'd like it to. Okay, I didn't even mean to do that, but if you know what I just drew, then you understand this picture, then yeah, you understand what's going on. So this, I said you get a fake out, come down, tap into exactly where you got faked out, and then boom, you go. Okay, so yeah, I didn't even mean to do that, but yeah, that'd be ideal. That's UJ. Like I said, just balance out what we didn't do during FOMC, which is all of this nonsense through here. Okay, so on the 15 minute, you can even see this big ass FVG. But if we're looking at the 5 minute, let's just scroll across. If you're looking at the 5 minute, you can see the candle there. You can see the smaller FVGs. Okay, so yeah, that's what I like to see in the ideal world for that. And then oil. Yeah, I saw oil this morning. I was like, damn, that was very aggressive. And then New York came and then it was very aggressive to the upside. So overall, let's just take a step back. If you guys remember when I drew this, again, just been going sideways really. Okay, we're just being in this range, just going sideways. So can I just copy this and move this across? Um, wait, how do I do the whole thing again? Ah, what's going on? Why is it not letting me? Okay, so why is the whole thing not? Okay, strange. All right, cool. At least I got that much to move. Let's just put this one over here. Okay, so still the same game plan. Still the same game plan. Like we took out the low as expected, we tapped into the demand as expected, and now we just need to head to supply. Okay, we've got the internal range in there to take out as well. But like it just if I literally flip this upside down, what does that remind you of? Okay, what did I just show before? Like with US 30. It's literally the same thing that's happening over and over again. You just like it's just the patience to wait for it and spot it actually happening. And then obviously this is on a 4 hour right now, but then you need to say, cool, what risk parameters am I comfortable with? And then take the trade from there. Okay, that's literally the game. Okay, obviously it's easiest to say it than do it, but that's literally the game. If you just clock that and then you do it on repeat and you just rinse and repeat, this is how you catch very, very profitable trades long term. Okay, like you guys see me do it sometimes when I've made videos about it, and you guys are thinking, how the hell have you held a trade for that long? It's just literally this, just understanding what needs to happen, and then sometimes it might take way longer than you thought it would, or you might get faked out here, you might buy here, and then something else happens. But yeah, what the hell just happened there? Where's all my drawings gone? Okay, okay, that was weird. All right, at least everything's back. I thought my laptop was about to shut down or something. All right, cool. So that's literally what we'll be looking at for that basically. Okay, so yeah, that's literally everything. Again, you already know that's just my watch list, very short watch list. But yeah, that's literally everything. But again, like I said, with gold, gold's potentially going to keep shooting up. Actually, if I could do one more last thing, and yes, this video is a bit longer because I'm making up for last week. But wait, where's that the bag? Is it this one or is it this one? Let me go on to the weekly. Okay, as you guys know, I haven't drew new quarter point lines or half point lines on my chart here. Okay, but you can see how this makes a lot of sense. So the next point we're aiming for, okay, next point we're aiming for. So let's just do actually a wrong one. Let's do okay. So where are we right now? So we're at 3.7. Okay, so let's do 3.8 is right above us. And then you got four. Okay, so you got 3.8 right there. And then you got four right there. Let me just edit this anyway. Okay, so let's do four. Okay, make that very accurate. And then you got 3.8 right here. Okay, so again, coming in line with this, you could start to understand what I just basically did. So you got 2.5, 2.50, 2.6. Okay, so yeah, if we're literally taking that as a account, basically these are the next targets, I think. And why I put it specifically at these ones is obviously because 3.8 is the next one. But 4K gold is what people have been talking about. Okay, 4K gold is basically what people have been talking about. So that's why I put those lines specifically there, because obviously the next one is 3.8, and then the next one that people potentially be talking about is 4. So with price heading up very, very rapidly, even at this time of the day, 7:30 UK, price is still aggressively shifting up. So I'll be very curious to see what happens when we do touch 3.8. I think that's when we might finally get a pullback, okay, into this kind of area, and then we start heading for 4. And I mean, in the ideal world, like I pointed out earlier on, for my greedy purposes, I like to come maybe lower and then we start heading up so I can get bigger buys. Okay, but yeah, right now that's basically what I'm thinking for gold. But cool, I'm gonna leave it there for this week. If I do find anything or make any trades that make sense to actually analyze, then I'll post it on here as well. But for now, you know what to do if you do want to join the free group with our gold signals through here. Again, belongs from last night, yeah. Oh, last week, sorry. That you can see through there. And then yeah, you can see literally everything in here. So yeah, if you do want to join that, just click the link and you know what to do. If you've got any questions, then you know what to do to message me as well. So until next time, peace out.